It's a Scotty Ray report, reliable, fast, and true. Headlines, weather, local news, he brings it all to you. From the courthouse to the back roads, he don't miss a thing. Traffic, storms, communities, on top of everything. Bringing you the news you need at home or on your drive. Listen in, it's Scotty Ray time.
And good morning. I'm your friend Scotty Ray, along with Odie, as we begin this very cold morning at 30. But don't worry, as I said, it's going to get colder as we expect lows. Look at 23. As we get into the weekend, 17, 21. If you think it's cold, just hang on.
Get your gas filled. Make sure that tank's topped off, because we're probably going to need it.
And what was the old song? Put another log on the fire and then come tell me why you're leaving me.
Fire, yeah, they ain't going to
wash my clothes.
They might not sleep in the same room, but they're not going to leave.
Boy.
17.
That's nippy.
Yeah.
Joining us,
your neighbors. Man.
This guy's joining us this morning. Kevin Smith, maybe you know him from Metro Ambulance. How are you?
Doing good. How about y'all on this wonderful?
Now, I asked a question as you were coming in. As I've watched this video of Omar, the senator from, is it Illinois that she's from, or is it Minnesota?
No, it's that Minnesota stuff.
But she was giving a speech last night. Someone jumped off the front row and had a syringe. Now, he could have easily, if you watch this, gotten to her. But he stopped short and squirted it. And I think it did get on her clothes.
And she wasn't surprised.
No, it did. It would shock me. But if you're sprayed by something like that, and I made this comment, what do you do, Kevin? Think about that. Now, if somebody puts something on you don't know what it is. Do you A, stay, or B, leave?
Well, I didn't see the video y'all talking about, but medically, if you want to talk about the right thing to do medically, would be to leave that environment and go somewhere and get it washed off of you.
Yeah.
Again, you don't know what they have in there. And that's the bad part about it, because if it's something that reacts with water, and you go in there and put water on there, you could worsen it.
I didn't think about that.
Yeah,
so there's things that happen like that?
Yeah, there are chemicals out there that react worse with water. And most of those I have seen. I'm pretty sure some of the chemists out here are going to correct us on it, but most of them out there are some type of powders or something. And, most liquids have got some type of water base to them, I would think.
Because my first thought would be if somebody gets something on me is go find the water and splash my face. So maybe that's not the best decision.
Well,
at least remove the clothes.
Yeah.
It's got all this.
Pat yourself dry. Try to dry it off of you. That would be my first thing, because if you look back on some of the other news articles we've seen throughout the years, it could be anything from acid to some type of biological.
Yeah.
What's the chance of somebody having it here? I don't know. I'm pretty sure there's people out there that tell me it's all over the place, but fine. But you don't know.
Correct. I'm going to go out on a limb and say that it was a liquid smoke and mirror.
And that's what the president said. It does look peculiar because she doesn't flinch one bit.
No.
Now, the person who didn't flinch, and I think we can all remember that day in Pennsylvania, where he stood up. It's very few Americans would react like. And as a child, I kid y'all not, I never heard of anyone doing things. Maybe they did it in other countries, but we didn't hear this stuff in the U.S. of someone getting something thrown on them.
Well, he did flinch, because when he felt something, if you remember, he ducked down behind the podium, and about that time, there was people laying on top of him.
He come on up.
And then they picked him up, and yeah.
And then, I brought up the woman from West Virginia that was trying to recruit people to harm him. I mean, who does these things?
Well, I bet she got a visit from somebody.
I said they were wearing sunglasses, driving a black SUV. If you've ever seen the movie Shooter, where they drive up in his yard, with the SUV, that's kind of how it looks like. They usually come in a little bit faster, though.
Publicity, I'm with you on that. I think that was more of a cover-up, because right now she has the most expensive non-operating winery that has ever been known to man.
And she is now officially under investigation, and it takes the heat off of you, so to speak, of, look at this. But again, we do not know. That is pure speculation. We'll see what comes out of it. And as I mentioned in the first show, we don't really know everything there is to know about what ICE agents did to that young man that lost his life. And did y'all? This is just how so wrong the legacy media is. Have you seen the picture of the guy?
Are you talking about the one who
Lost his life?
I mean, it's like that other lady. They cleaned her up with her high school prom picture, and that is not what she looks like at all.
They took his picture and I guess, short of a better way of saying it, made him more attractive.
Yeah.
And somebody was saying this poor guy couldn't got a date if he'd had to before, and they made him look a little bit, I guess, candy
acceptable.
Candy for the eye, maybe that's the word for it.
Well, maybe
just show what you are. Yeah, we all need that.
mean, you know,
Who'd they use?
We've all bumped into that person in Walmart and think, "Who are you?" Because they don't look like their Facebook picture.
You mean them filters they be using?
I don't know how to use a filter. Let me be honest.
I don't either.
I went to school with you, and I know you don't look like that.
Yeah, I say people use them out there all the time. I'm like,
no.
okay. I mean, cool, but yeah, I don't.
Put
I mean,
your phone
I don't use
down.
no filter. Yeah.
Walk away from it. 7:07 this morning as we begin this. Now, we also mentioned that we got a note last night from the Department of Transportation, Mississippi. Cease all travel on I-55 North. There's one vehicle wreck after another.
That is horrible up there.
And they're stranded. They haven't gotten them all as of daylight today. They're working on that, trying to get to them. Tree limbs, car wrecks. There was at least 3 to 4 18-wheeler accidents that they just couldn't get to everybody.
Well, you can't keep putting people in danger because you were told it's not safe to travel, and you go out there and slide off on the road. You don't just go put first responders in dangers because of your stupidity.
Well, there's numerous pictures out there of some of the ambulance services up that way that have fell victim to this weather. And I mean,
often did you go?
And a lot of people think those ambulances can go. They're super. They think they're army tanks, I guess, for lack of a better word. But I've always explained to them.
Well, you got one stuck not a few weeks ago.
Yeah, basically, it just
muddy
slid
road
off a driveway and right there in the ditch,
driveway.
and it wasn't that bad. It's just I mean, it's like any van that you can go to the Ford or Chevrolet dealership and buy. And they add equipment to it, puts a little more weight on it. But again, it is a van. It's like any other vehicle out there. They can't go on the ice and snow and water no better than your vehicle can.
That's right.
Yeah, and you don't have mud grips on these things.
No, we don't have mud grips on them. And I've told folks they can get stuck in about 1.5 inches of mud because it doesn't take that much to get one of them stuck because of the weight ratio of the ambulance, and it just sits here and spins on top of the ground.
And look at your driveway, because if
yeah.
you're going to call an ambulance, you've got to at least maintain your driveway. So not just that, but a fire apparatus can get to your home. And there's a few of them that you look and tell them, hey, if something happens with your home, we cannot get a fire apparatus to your house.
Yeah, quit talking about my driveway now, Odie.
Now, mine's not going to be a smooth ride.
Them it used to wonder, build you a house and find out why people put the houses so close to the road.
Yes.
Because they can't afford driveway.
Yes.
My
yes.
heavens.
Hindsight being 20/20.
Not everybody lives in Clarkdale and Clark County where red dirt is abundance. If you live in the West Lauderdale area, you got to have that stuff imported.
Yeah.
And I want to say my dirt, if I am not mistaken, both on this circle driveway over the course of 10, 11 years, I've spent dirt, not pavement, but it was $16,000 in red dirt.
Oh, I wouldn't doubt that one bit.
I think that's what it cost me for the circle driveway. That's a lot of money.
That's a lot of money.
Wayne just kept coming with dump trucks.
Go get another one.
My, oh my.
Well, without it, you'd be out there slipping and sliding every time you went to leave when the rain come in.
Yeah, I can remember when we first moved in. It was January, and Angie had to wear red boots down the driveway. That's back when she used to keep kids. So she'd have to go down the driveway in my hunting boots to take somebody to the house because you couldn't get in here. He was that bad.
Oh, look at here.
Building a cow pasture.
Erica has gotten cold.
Is she?
And she has flown south. Now she's in Canton, Ohio. Erica, stay warm. Please, we think about you as we get this cold down here and you up there in Pennsylvania. We think about you.
What was that?
Somebody must have stole RW's phone. He's saying good morning.
He's up.
Yeah, he don't know how to use Facebook. RW with a little cold face over there. Warm up one of them casseroles.
Oh, there you are. What was it? If you ever get south of Cincinnati, down where the dogwood trees bloom. Oh, the White Yoakum song. It is a change after you cross that Ohio River and you start seeing butter beans somewhere around Kentucky. North of Kentucky, you're not going to see butter beans at any truck stop that you stop at. They kind of look at you funny.
You don't have,
cornbread is not on the menu up that way.
Sweet tea
grits either. Grits, sweet tea, none of that.
We'll be right back as we get your morning underway. Warm up, grab a blanket, get some coffee, and join us. We'll be right back.
For something as vital as your eyes, you should have your lenses and contacts made with the utmost care and precision. And that's what Grayson Optical does on 24th Avenue. Since 1996, Grayson Optical's mission has been to provide Meridian and surrounding areas with quality eye care products. That's why we're locally owned and operated. And don't forget, custom-made sunglasses like Costa for your eyes only. When you need to see clearly, Grayson Optical, 2021 24th Avenue, Meridian, 601-693-6374.
Hi folks, Paul Brown with Dixie Buildings. We're here to take care of all your building needs for your personal and your business needs. That includes portable buildings, carports, sheds. Don't forget your hunting camps are coming in. You can start out with our 8x10s. If we cannot haul it, we can build it for you on site. We have 2 locations, one on Highway 19 South and our home office just around the corner on Long Creek Road. Just give us a call at 601-483-4943.
Advanced Auto Glass by Joey can handle all your windshield repair and replacement needs. Service work is guaranteed and covered by warranty. Our technicians are professional, auto glass trained, and have over 100 years of combined experience. Advanced Auto Glass by Joey utilizes in-house calibrations for vehicle safety systems. Most insurances are accepted, and reliable mobile service is available in surrounding areas. Keep cars cool and secure with custom tinting, side mirror replacement, and AquaPal windshield wipers. There's one clear choice in auto glass repair. Advanced Auto Glass by Joey.
Dude, Bob has a very good point.
Yeah.
Nobody ever moved up north for the food. We are
That's why they're
famous.
skinny up there.
Well, we are. Yeah, boy. This is the place, the land of the great tasting food.
And
If you've
that it
never
is.
tried it.
Yeah, boy.
Well, hey, we got a great shot of Meridian just a moment ago sent in. Look at this. Isn't that absolutely gorgeous?
Well, that
that
is.
is something. Man,
Big
got
thank you.
paintbrush going on out there.
Sure is. That's just absolutely beautiful. Enjoy it while you can. If you were to sit down in front of a calendar and write out just how many sunrises you could see, it would depress you before it was over. Enjoy each and every one of them.
Yes, sir.
Don't
You're
be in
not
such a
guaranteed
hurry.
the next one.
Well, Kevin, what you out doing with Metro this morning?
Oh man, we just out. Been busy. Just out. There was some stuff that come out about a week or so ago out there on Facebook. I was going to go ahead and address that.
Well, let's address it. What you got?
Well, so the city has been in negotiations with some private ambulance services, and it kind of hit the airways there, and a lot of my folks were concerned, and I had to kind of get them up to speed on anything that or everything about it, and basically just kind of gave them a rundown of why Metro is here, and the reason we're still here is Metro was formed back in 1980 because a private service was here and they pulled out.
And that was, am I not mistaken? Was it Giger somewhere along
No,
there?
that
Or
was,
Geiger?
That was
Giger?
Harris, wasn't it?
Miss Corp. Miss Corp, I believe, is what the
But
name of it
Giger was here, or Geiger. How do you
yeah,
pronounce
They were
it?
here later on,
Okay.
back in the what was that, the
think
late
it was the
90s,
late,
early 2000s? I'd have to go back and look down.
Yeah, it
the
was.
exact
It
date on
was.
it.
It wasn't long after I got out of the Navy, so mid '90s.
So, Metro was formed by the city, the county, and Matty Hersey played a big part in it. And then about 1990, everybody was out of it except for the county because the statute of the state of Mississippi says it's the county's responsibility. So the county took over or was left with all the operations of Metro Ambulance. And somewhere in the late 90s, mid 90s, late 90s, there was some funding that went to Metro, but Metro grew up, as I tell everybody, and matured and got to stand in on their own. And now we are a self-supported division of the county. Metro Ambulance is a county service, but we're not funded by the county or the city. There's no line item budget for us. There's no budgets of anybody coming to us. The way Metro makes its money is by the people that use the ambulance.
So you're a county-owned department, but self-supported financially.
Yes, sir. Exactly. We it's no burden on people that don't use the ambulance. It's strictly the ones that do.
Right.
So I know back in the beginning of it, there was something passed, some millage or something that was levied for it. Somebody asked me about it, and I think during all this, somebody said something about we got $750,000 a year from the county. I'm like, where's it at? I'd love to see that, but no, we don't. The only money we receive that actually comes from the county is a matching grant. The state of Mississippi has this thing called the Emergency Operation Fund, and if you get a speeding ticket out there or you buy some type of ATV or something, a little of that money on that goes to this fund, and they divide that out by all the counties in the state, and depending on your population, it determines how much you get, and the county has to match that at 15 cents. That's 15 cents, not $15 or not 15%.
15 cents.
15 cents on a dollar for every person that they count as a population in your county, and it depends on $30,000 to $35,000 a year is what that is. But it wouldn't matter who was here as the ambulance service. That goes out to that ambulance service in whatever county, whether it's private or public, to help them buy equipment and training and stuff like that with it. And the matching grant varies from year to year. It could be as little as $35,000 to $40,000, or it could be up to $49,000, $50,000. I don't think Metro's ever seen anything over about $48,000. But some of the counties will fluctuate, and that just depends on the population and everything there.
So they give you $50,000, just to say, and then so the county has to pay the 15%, and then that's all you get from the county.
Yeah, so like I said, between $30,000 and $35,000. It might be a little more than that some years, but it averages between $32,000 to $35,000 up in there.
For all year.
Yeah. I mean that wouldn't even pay the fuel bill. So
is the city going to actually vote on a new ambulance service, or are they just testing the waters? Do we know the answer to that yet?
By what I was told, they have already entertained 3 bids from 3 different companies. They wanted the board of supervisors to take a look at it, but the board insisted it be in a public forum and not in a private setting. So February the 2nd at the new county building down there at 1 o'clock. The companies are going to come give a proposal. So if anybody out there wants to come ask any questions, that's that time to come do it. Whether it's a good question or a bad question. I don't know if there's any such thing as a good question or a bad question.
Is it several companies or one company coming? Do you know that?
I was under the impression the ones that have already talked to the city, and again, I was not invited to those meetings, so I was told there were 3, there could be 2, and we show up Monday, it might not be but 1. So when we get there, we'll know. Because I plan on being at the meeting to sit there and listen to what they have to say. Metro is like any business, has grown throughout the years, and Metro's had its difficulties. Somebody said, well, there's people out there that complain. Well, yeah, they do, but come to me with the complaint. Show me the complaints. If they have a complaint, have them call down there or get their information if they're calling one of the officials and bring it to us. Let us look into it. Because, look, our folks are human. I mean, they could very well say something the wrong way to somebody and make somebody mad. That's just, it's going to happen. I mean, we're not perfect every day.
No one is.
But, and I can't expect to hold them to being perfect every day because they are humans. So when they do mess up and we know about it, we address it, we take care of it, and, and they hopefully won't do that again. But
and let me ask this: with all these meetings coming, has the city officially come to Metro and said, "Look, this is why we're doing this"? Any of this has that been addressed, or is that in the future? Where are we on communications on all this?
I guess it's going to be in the future because the meetings I have had with them, I asked them, "Look, when y'all get complaints, give me a time, a date, place, a number, if it's somebody's name. That way we can go back and look in our system and see who it was. I'll reach out and contact them. That's what I do." If they had a problem with the personnel or if they thought it took too long or something, great, let's work on that. That way I can get to the root of the problem then, and we'll know what's going on.
And again, I'm asking some questions you may not know the answer to on all this. Do you feel, or have you heard, and I'm assuming, and Odie, you back me up on this, that it would have to have a 3 to 5 vote to pass in the city. Do we know that they've got the votes to bring in another one, or is this they're going to hear it and we just don't know at this point if it'll pass? Did you know anything?
I hadn't heard anything. I know there's discussion. I've personally stayed out of it because of what I do. So I'm not sure, what the vote is, or I'm sure it's going to have to be like a
you have to have three to
majority.
Pass. Mm-hmm. And then you get back, in order for that to happen in the county, then the supervisors would also have to vote on this to do away with Metro should it come to that. And
that's what they would have to do.
And what are you hearing from supervisors?
The supervisors don't want to entertain the option. Again, just I can't speak for them. It's just the conversations I've had with them. Because ultimately, it doesn't matter what the city does. I mean, if the city says, no, we're going to take care of this, and they do, and if Metro goes away, then, the city can come back and do the same thing they did in 1990. Hey, we don't want to take care of this anymore. The statute says it's the county's responsibility. Here you go.
And there has been a lot of talk of that, including the 911 service, to where I think it's written in the bylaws that the county shall provide a 911 service. Am I right on that?
Now the law reads that the county is responsible for receiving all 911. Now,
because
they doesn't mean that they have to dispatch them. They have to receive that call. And instead of, right now, you call 911 city or county, they ask what your address is, where you at, what's your emergency, and then they contact my office, fire, police,
sheriff, I guess what
whatever else.
I'm asking here is the county is taking care of 911. Am I right?
100%.
That's where I was going with it. The city used to be a part of it, and they backed away from it.
Correct.
But the county, by the bylaws, has to provide that service. Period.
Correct.
And so and they.
Well, now we don't have to provide, and that's where you don't have to provide the entire service. The county is responsible. We are, as a county, is providing the entire service. But by law, all the county has to do is receive that call. So if you called from the city and say, I need police right now, they dispatch everybody, your law enforcement, all that. But they could say, hold please, and send that call to the police department, and then they dispatch. Right now, if you call and say, I need Metro, you are forwarded to Kevin's office. Kevin has his own dispatch, and they dispatch it. So right now, Lauderdale County E911 receives every emergency call and dispatches every emergency call except for Metro Ambulance. But by law, all they have to do is receive all calls.
Okay.
Let me clarify something there, Odie. Metro has their own dispatch. Kevin doesn't. That's a Metro dispatch.
Metro's got their own.
And with that being said, yes, we fund our own dispatch center as we fund everything at Metro. I mean, we're county employees, so we're on the state retirement, but all that comes out of Metro's money. It comes out of the money that is made on a day-to-day basis by Metro and the employees down there running calls, and it pays for everything down there, all of our equipment, all of our benefits, all salaries, fuel, equipment, everything. There is absolutely no cost to the county. And
this, let me ask this question. This is going to be out there, but it was before you come along. Why was it the decision for Metro to have its own dispatch and not use what the others do? Was there a reason behind that? Would it save money to use the other? What's the thought process there?
So, you got to go way back. Before Metro had their own dispatch, you had some non-emergency companies in town that were able to transport patients who needed to be on stretchers and not just wheelchairs. And they could bill the various insurance companies. Most of those are going to be your nursing home patients, Medicare, Medicaid, stuff like that.
Right.
Well, the law changed. And the law said in order for you to bill Medicare and Medicaid, you had to be a licensed ambulance service. And that got horribly expensive, and literally over the course of a few months, Metro went from running basically all 911 calls to having to do these non-emergencies because they had the ambulances. And when I say overnight, the call volume literally doubled. And then it tripled because as it went and more patients, you get more and more elderly and that are going in, the non-emergency volume is the bulk of the business. And that is why Metro is self-sustaining now. If they were still just 911 only, I'd have to go run the numbers, but I don't think they would make it just
But y'all have to,
911
like,
only.
no matter what, if something happens, you have to show up to a scene to check on them.
Oh,
You
yes,
got to
yes,
respond to it,
yes.
period, whether they go to the hospital
Yeah,
or not.
They
Well,
may
go-
have to talk someone through CPR on the phone.
Yeah.
So not only do you have to have 911 dispatch certification, now you have to be able to provide some type of medical instruction over the phone. So it's a dispatcher on steroids, you could say.
Yeah. So Metro did that out of a necessity because of the volume. So Odie, help me out here. So on one 911 call, if I remember, and I wrote it down here a couple of days ago, on one 911 call, when somebody picks phone up and they dial 911, dispatch answers it. Now I'm going to call it a contact. Every time dispatch has to do something is a contact. So they answer the phone, that's the contact. That's one.
Yep.
Once they get the information, they have to dispatch whoever they're going to dispatch. That's two.
And now that normally takes 2 dispatchers.
And then that person is going to respond back to them. They got to respond back to them. They copy. That's going to be a third contact. They're going to get on scene. We're on scene, contact number 4. If they leave the scene or if they need other resources, as you look at it, there's somewhere between 6 to 10 contacts made per call. And don't think about something bad out on the interstate
And
where
that's
you got
not to
multi-departments.
mention the many people that call in that report the same accident.
Yes.
And see it. But we need that. Don't get me wrong.
Every phone has to be answered.
Every phone has to be answered.
So, and if you call in and want to say a wreck and they're short and say, we know we've got everybody on the way, and they hang up, they're not being rude.
Are you sure?
And I wish there was a way that people could go and sit down and dispatch
yes.
for 30 minutes and see what they go through. It will give you a whole nother eye opening. And if you call 911 and you've got something going on and you need fire, you need police, you need something right then, but that dispatcher will not stop asking you questions and start dispatching somebody. What you don't see is
They're
their
multitasking.
partner is out there listening to this exact call. They are dispatching emergency services to your area with the knowledge you're giving that dispatcher. That dispatcher is following instructions, asking questions, because we need to know as much as possible when we get to that situation of what's going on. So just because that dispatcher that answered the phone with you is not physically dispatching someone because they keep asking you questions is not saying that you're not being dispatched to.
Yep.
They are being dispatched by another dispatcher.
Now, as I open up a can of worms that I probably shouldn't, I'll go ahead and do it.
Open them up.
As we learned that Meridian is going to be getting a new crime center with the Meridian Police Department, in my honest opinion, I think that needs to tie in with dispatch to where the dispatcher sees what's going on in the crime center with all these cameras that we may or may not have that could help the police officer that is going there, and they go, I just see the car left, it's going down 23rd Avenue from where you're going. You can cut them off at the pass. I think that would be, or they could be able to see an accident at the scene and go, all right, we see 2 cars, it's smoking, and it gives more accurate information. I just wish all of that could be together instead of separate. Now, there may be political, there may be money ties, the reason it is not, but I just can't see where that couldn't help us as a whole. Am I close?
I can't speak for the 911 center, but what I can say is reiterate what Odie said. I wish the general public could go in there and see how busy they are. Now, look, are they busy 24/7? Maybe not. Maybe they have a few minutes downtime. But with the amount of departments that they are responsible for dispatching, I doubt very seriously the downtime is 10, 15 minutes at the most if one of them had it, not the whole center. Those guys are constantly doing something. And I mean, anywhere from running a tag or checking for warrant or what, I mean, it's busy in there.
Oh, yeah.
And if you happen to go by there and see them not doing something, you got lucky to see them. So those guys, they're bowed up now. I mean,
I would not want that job.
No.
There is absolutely,
And
don't
you're
want
looking
it.
at 7 computer monitors and trying to keep up with a call and trying to keep up with that and type on it and listening to what's going on and ask a question and dispatching at the same time. And then that call stops and you're like, whew. All right, let me take a breath, let my heart slow down. Then the phone rings, you get another one, and boom, your heart rate jumps up. You start getting into all right, I'm in a serious mode, and I mean you are dead set on that scene, on who, what, where, when, and why. And then as soon as it's over with, you go, whew. And then 5 minutes later,
I found you a part-time job there.
I'm gonna tell you what, my hats are off to them.
And
Yes, sir.
what you don't see is the people that do this, and with what y'all do for a living, is there's never a day off. Just because it's Christmas Day does not mean there's going to be trouble, or Thanksgiving or Halloween. You sacrifice a lot with that, because the show, as they say, the show must go on.
Well, and the other thing to it is, people don't see the roller coaster of emotion that those dispatchers go through. Look, the ones of us that are out there in the street on the scene, those folks, they get the first call. They get the first raw contact with somebody whose loved one is hurting, or in bad, sick, or whatever, or walk in on them, they may be dead. And I've listened to some of them phone calls when they come down there at Metro, and those things, my hats are off to them. I know we get out there and see it, but I mean, they get that, and they're the ones that have got to calm them people down to get the information so we can have it.
And it's just like anything, like a weather guy. It's how you deliver your message to the police. You've got to be calm, cool, and collective with what you do, and not like, oh my gosh, there's a tornado on the ground. You can't do that. You've got to be.
And
we're tough.
We're talking about dispatch, and I'm going to give you this number here, because right now, if you need to talk to someone, but it is not a 911 situation, get ready. I'm going to give you this right here.
Can I interrupt you?
Yes, sir.
Y'all remember that time that Chief Young tried to convince everybody to call this number if you heard gunshots? So that you
311 or something like that?
It didn't work out.
No. If you're reporting a gunshot, call 911.
Yeah.
This is a non-emergency.
And then they go, I don't know how that happened.
Yeah. Now, neither one of them is acceptable for what time is the fireworks show tonight. What time does the parade start? That is not a dispatch deal. But if you need to call dispatch and it's a non-emergency, call 601-486-4952. That's their dispatch number. Now, let me go ahead and tell you that when you call that number, it is a non-emergency. And when you call that number, you're going to get a recording that says, if you'd like to speak to a dispatcher, press 2. So then you press 2, and then you talk to a dispatcher. And why in the world would you have to press 2 to talk to a dispatcher? And it's because you've got all these computerized, I'm selling you insurance, or you need coverage on your car, or your Medicare needs to be changed, and all that. And dispatch was bombarded by thousands of calls every single day, and they couldn't do their job without answering a computerized phone. So they had to do that to get rid of a computer calling and interrupting 911. There was a reason behind it. It's a great reason, but call non-emergency, press 2, and you'll talk to a dispatcher.
Well, there you go. We'll be right back.
Collinsville, Mr. Discount Drugs, your local pharmacy and gift shop, thanks you for your continued support. Whether you shop with us in-store, through our app, over the phone, or in our drive-thru, our team will provide the best personalized customer service experience you expect from your local pharmacy. When you call or message us, you are promptly greeted by the Mr. Discount team that's ready to help. When you choose our pharmacy, you're choosing a locally owned pharmacy that cares about you and your community. Collinsville, Mr. Discount Drugs makes a difference.
Are home problems turning your life upside down? Trust Heblon Heating and Air Conditioning to save the day. We can keep you comfortable with special savings for your home, like up to $3,000 off new HVAC systems or a tune-up for just $69. Keep the power on with a generator. Get $200 off installs and 0% financing for 60 months. We do it all at Heblon Heating and Air Conditioning and offer financing options for any repair or installation. Call for a free quote or visit us online at HeblonHeatingandCooling.com.
For over 40 years, you've been able to count on Watt Equipment in DeKalb, Mississippi. They've got your Massey Ferguson's brand new 23 up to 135 horse cab and air tractors. They've got all your hay equipment needs, all your bush hogs. If your tractor needs it, they got it. Also remember, they service all makes and models, whether it's green, orange, blue, red, or yellow. They can get your parts in, they can do your service on your equipment. Don't forget Watt Equipment, DeKalb, Mississippi.
Welcome back. I'm your friend Scotty Ray. As we learn of an incident that happened yesterday, East Mississippi Correctional Facility, which is located out in Lost Gap area. Our prison there. As we pull up one of our lead stories this morning, there has been a death there. We don't know the details of what caused this, and an autopsy has been called for, and the body has been sent to Jackson for an autopsy. The name has not been yet released, but this would happen. Police were called, authorities there, Highway 80 West, Monday afternoon around 4:30 for a deceased person. As we get the information on this, and I wanted to make sure I had all that right. I knew about it beforehand, but I had to gather the facts before we put that out. That's where we are. An autopsy is being performed. Hopefully later today we'll have the name and that everybody's been notified in the family as to what they know so far. When we get that, we'll release the information on that. Now, speaking of jail time, we also had another incident yesterday. We go to Clark County. Do you remember the fellow that was arrested on State Boulevard the other day, allegedly for murder?
That's the one that turned himself in.
He did. He walked in the Meridian Police Department and said, "I'm here to turn myself in." He was in an altercation, let me word it that way, at the Clark County Jail. He was taken to Jackson for medical care. He has since been released from the hospital. I'm not sure what facility he's being held in now, but he's on a $1 million bond, formally charged with murder. He was an altercation of some sort. I don't know the details behind it. I know that y'all have been putting a lot of comments in the original post on that. We don't know the facts on that yet. It'll end up in court.
So why did you post what you posted on there? Is that what was released by Meridian PD? And that's the only thing that you could release?
Yes.
So,
yeah,
until the authorities release something else, you're kind of stuck on
I'm not going to make up, or it's not hearsay. It's the facts. There's a lot of hearsay that goes on in the community. You know as well as I do, but we stick to the facts of what we know. We have a deceased person. One person turned themselves in that is associated with it. They will face trial, and hopefully all those rumors.
So you're saying that's what the court's for?
Yep, that's what it's for. It's the darndest thing, isn't it?
Ain't that funny how that works?
But that is how it is. Yesterday afternoon, and this, I don't understand this area, because it has been multiple wrecks, and there's been several people that have lost their lives in this little stretch of road. It didn't happen that way yesterday, but it was an incident.
Yeah.
From what I understand, there was a funeral passing, and in the great state of Mississippi, you show respect by pulling over for a funeral. Now, I was not there. That is just what I was told around that, and a car was struck from behind. Whether or not that was the case, I'm not sure, but I think the car was eased over for that, and there was a wreck as we go to take a look at this. And let's start with the still picture here. As we go through here, major damage here. We've got Rob on the scene. He's handling it with wire cutters. Why? Because he doesn't want the car to catch on fire.
Well, that's it.
He's going to cut the power to that battery so nothing can happen. And of course, there's no way to open the hood on that.
No, not without getting some tools out.
And as you see, that was a bump right there in between these two cars.
Yeah.
Yeah, they did what they were supposed to. Those crumple zones folded up, absorbed that energy.
Miss Highway Patrol is on the scene,
making sure everybody's safe.
And here's a video of it. That's a reflector. And of course, y'all are on the scene there too, Kevin. But that stretch of highway right there, right past the Evangel Temple, is where this would happen on Highway 45 South, before you get to that church that's on the hill going up.
Well, you got hills and curves on both sides of that, and sometimes you might sneak up on what's going on up there.
As you can see, right over the top of that hill is going to be the 4-lane. The church sits right here, and the Evangel Temple is just south of here. But it's been several accidents that happen right there. That's near the doctor's house there.
Yeah,
What a view that is, overlooking at those hills there. But that was a little bit of what happened yesterday afternoon there. Now, we also I saw Julia yesterday. That girl, she was floating around on a broom behind Walmart because I bumped into her.
I know why she's always on the broom now. Too many people have wrecks at ground level.
But, we found a telephone pole that jumped out in front of a car yesterday. Every airbag in this car went off.
Wow. It did.
And there was no injuries reported with this that I'm aware of. Now, y'all may have showed up. I was there right after it happened. I happened to be in that general area over by Johnson Toyota. If you were to look at Highway 39, it was directly behind the new Toyota dealership where they're building it.
Yeah. Right there on 39,
Meridian,
Old Meridian Road, Newell Road, all that.
Yep.
Convene through there.
And those things happen. Fortunately, she can walk right across and buy another new car because that one's gone.
Yeah, I believe that one.
Might even get a trade in. Might not be one. But, you might be better off selling the door at a time.
That's probably going to happen there. But and all joking aside, if you're ever in an accident, those airbags go off, your car is toast. It's automatic total. Insurance agents are going to total that out, and then it's just negotiating as to what they will give you on it.
Yeah, there's a lot of times you'll see cars damaged like that. Won't nobody be hurt?
Yeah,
I mean, the police get there. Is anybody hurt? No, we're not hurt. Airbags come out, and the worst you'll see is airbag rash on their hands or something where it might have got them on their arms as it comes out of the steering wheel. But
them things come out of moving too, don't they? What is the average speed of an airbag? Isn't it 100?
Real fast.
Yeah, real fast. I don't remember that speed, but I know it's fast. It's faster than you can blink.
You got that right.
So always keep that in mind. We had this reported yesterday morning. A car had broke down in that general area there, 16th Avenue. Those things happen. Now, in the overnight hours west of here on I-20, we had, it's sad to say, but we lost a horse last night involved with an 18-wheeler. Most likely walked out to the highway, backed up traffic overnight on I-20 as you were headed to Jackson. Farm animals, it does happen. And there's just not much you can do about it.
No,
and it's the last second at night when you see it, and there's nowhere to go. And be honest with you, it's always best just to hold the steering wheel straight, because if you jerk, it could cause
a lot more damage.
And each one of us in this room have seen some horrific incidents that you wish you hadn't seen.
Yeah, farm animals they're tough. They are. They will mess a car up.
So be careful with what you do there, and there's no way to make fences that are 100% proof. As they say, the grass is always greener on the other side. Boy, them goats up in Meridian always see greener grass, don't they?
Well, them goats they just need to give them a license plate and a headlight and a tail light.
They stay out up there.
Let them go.
What happened to our friendly goat that stayed at the split? I ain't seen from him lately.
We haven't heard about him.
Seen him.
He's usually right out in the median.
Well, now it's cold. He's probably up under a bridge,
probably hunkered up somewhere.
I'll come out when
that's the sight going by there. Going, there's a goat.
Welcome to
middle of nowhere.
And you're right, Bob. Don't veer for deer, because if you do, and probably deer account for more for insurance claims than any other thing in the great state of Mississippi, I would assume.
Yeah,
and they can hurt you, can't they?
They can. I wasn't gonna bring it up since you brought deer up. I actually got my first deer of the season last night on the way home. Yeah, I'm glad he hit the bumper first. He took the little old piece
hold it up to that camera there. Wait a minute. Wrong button, and there we go.
There we go.
Yeah, he took the little piece of plastic right there off the front of the front fender. He
got you.
So you didn't have to use a portable hole punch?
No, I didn't. He just he come out and lit it. And like it's everywhere. It's not the first one I've hit. And anybody's ever hit one, they're not there, and then all of a sudden they are. I mean, during the day, maybe you can see them out in the field or something, but most time they're not out in the fields during the day. It's at night. And this little guy come out there on 494, and he just come out the edge of the woods, and he was bound and determined to get across that road. And he wasn't there, and then he was, and I bumped him. And I'm thankful
always
I had
keep
that big
this
old
in
bumper
mind.
on there.
If you see one,
there's more.
There's some more.
There's some more.
It's going to be right behind it. So if one runs out, go ahead, start slowing down.
Yes.
I think that's a common thing that people don't realize. But they travel in pairs. They're going to a voting booth somewhere, and they're going in. It's usually in threes.
And they come out quick. So
more coming up in just a moment as we travel along this morning. Those LS tractors are rolling in to Freeman Tractor on Highway 494 in Sicalina. Keith and the gang will have a LS tractor that fits your needs, from a professional end of it, or maybe it's just deer plots that you need a tractor for. Starting at a 26 horsepower, 40 horsepower, or even larger. Don't forget to ask about that 0% financing as well. Parts, a new tractor, or a tall tale. Drop in today to Freeman Tractor, Highway 494 in Collinsville. Call them at 626-8759. That's Freeman Tractor.
System went out at the worst possible time, so we called environment masters, and the technician came out pretty quickly, did a lot of troubleshooting. He explained to me what the issue was, and it turned out it was an easy fix, and had us up pretty quickly.
Our technicians don't just pass a test and then go to work. We have continuous on-site training both on equipment and customer care. Our senior technicians each have decades of experience and are always available. There's literally nothing that our team hasn't seen, so you can trust we know what we're doing. That's hassle-free plumbing and AC.
Welcome back. Your friend Scotty Ray along with Odie.
Talking about going to the precinct, we got to do some studying up on this, but Supreme Court supposedly has come out and says no more mail-in ballots. Home run. Should have called that like Babe Ruth. Home run.
And it shouldn't be. I'm sorry, I have to agree with the Supreme Court on this.
No, it wasn't 100%. Of course,
I imagine not.
Surprise you none, does it?
No, it does not surprise me. But, you know, there's people that want to...
steal this country from us?
Yeah. Bring folks in.
From other countries?
That could be.
Yeah, okay.
You know, my world, and not everybody agrees with me. You know, if you go to church, and don't get me wrong, there's some folks that go to church that are there to be seen. Y'all know that they think it looks good to be seen in church. But for the most part, we live in a very church community. Whether you're a Democrat, Republican, at the end of the day, you still believe in God and the right thing. You
come to our church, and that's not why, because if that's why you come to our church, there ain't nobody there to see you.
But in other parts of the nation, it's not quite.
No.
We're not so. Seriously, in our area, we have differences, but it is not like it is in other portions of the country to where they're way apart. We have our differences, but we all believe in God and country down the middle in our area here.
Well, why are these people here in the first place? Because their country isn't worth the flip and it's not operating right. So you come over here, but the failure is you bring your own antics with you.
Are you talking about people from Arkansas over here, or are you talking about from another country?
Both. Minnesota and other countries. But California moving to Texas and changing Texas's
There's a lot of people
life.
at the end of the day that will do anything to get a vote for it to sway for them to make money.
Oh, yeah.
And that's where our country has gone awry. Then you take some people that, and I'm going to try to word this the best I can, that are led astray, brainwashed very easily by others that believe this stuff.
Yeah.
And hold steadfast. Do your research. Be sure what you're being involved in any organization that you do.
You definitely.
There's right and wrong in this world, and each one of us got to answer for our rights and wrongs.
That it is.
Yep.
I just had somebody send me a message over here and said, you need to clarify something.
Okay, what we need to clarify?
So what they want me to clarify is that what we're talking about is the city just wants an ambulance service for the city. That's all they're concerned about, and that's what they're wanting to do is have that company come in here and do nothing but the city calls. And again, you know, we discussed that earlier that they've tried it one time before when Gigger come in here years ago, and then they sold out to AMR, and AMR stayed around for a few months and finally said, look, there's not enough business here for two companies. And it's not. Now, there can be. So you bring one in, just do city calls, and then, you know, down the road, they got to ask for subsidy. You know, they'll come in, and look, I own my own private company. So I know how the process goes. You come in and promise them the sun, the moon, and the stars. I call that the dog and pony show. Mm-hmm. So they come in and do the dog and pony show, and they promise them everything, and then they have a clause in the contract for reevaluation in 6 months or a year. And basically what the reevaluation means is, look, we're either going to cut service or you're going to pay us a subsidy if you want this service. And in the ambulance world, once you give the community something like an extra ambulance or extra this or extra that, pulling that back, you get some negative connotations, and it forces the powers to be to pony the money up because the citizens like what they're getting, or maybe they don't. They can kind of get away from it.
Now, this has been asked several times, and we'll go ahead and who pays your salary? And it would be, you say.
Metro does. Metro pays for everything. My salary, I'm an employee there of Metro Ambulance. My check is cut out of Metro Ambulance Fund just like all the other employees are. And like I said, mine does not. The county doesn't subsidize anything down there, nor does the city.
Now let me ask this, because we've seen such a change in Meridian since both hospitals are no longer local. Before, our hospitals were owned by the Anderson family. Before that, it was the Rush family, and they've been sold out to larger corporations. We're seeing less and less work being done in Meridian, where we used to have things invented in Meridian. They're being sent to other Memphis, they're being sent to Birmingham, or they're being sent to Jackson hospitals.
Mobile, Jackson.
Yeah. How is this affecting with what y'all do of you get a call and you got to take somebody? How does that affect what goes on? Are y'all spending a lot of time on the road?
We spend a lot of time on the road, and you can't staff for that because you don't know what's going to come in on a daily basis. It's going to go somewhere. And, we can... I'll take yesterday morning, for instance, at about 8:15, 8:30. Man, when I tell you it broke loose, it forevermore broke loose. We had trucks going everywhere. I was going out in the county to cover a fire call. Had to put 2 more trucks up real quick. We just had people that had held over from the shift before that were still there. They got on trucks and went out and answered calls. And at about 9 o'clock, it just right back to normal time and normal calls. But you have those spurts like that you got your trucks on you got for that day, whatever that number is, and you're overwhelmed with calls, and they have to prioritize the calls. And some 911 calls, even though they call 911, it's not a 911 call, but it comes in that way, and they have to prioritize them. And they send the ambulance to the ones that are their higher priority calls, and then we get the other ones. These transfers out of town, yes. There used to be a lot of specialties here in town, and we don't have those now. And we take a lot of stuff out of town that used to be taken care of here in town.
How long, let's just give an example here. If you take somebody to Jackson, how long does it take that ambulance out of service?
About 4 hours. So, but they leave the base, they go pick the patient up at the hospital, and if they're ready and they can get, from the time they leave the base to get the patient, get loaded up and get on the road, will take about 30 minutes. It's an hour and a half, depending on traffic, getting to Jackson. And then the unload time over at the hospital they're going to is always the unknown factor. You don't know how busy. If it's going from ER to ER, they get stuck in the line just like all the other ambulances in that area coming in. So they could be 6 or 7 ambulances deep trying to get unloaded, and those times can vary, and even here locally. Sometimes it varies, 10, 15, 30 minutes or more trying to get stretchers unloaded here locally in the emergency rooms because, again, they are overwhelmed with a lot of people coming to the emergency room that need to be going to a clinic. But they won't go to the clinics, they come to the emergency rooms.
So we've talked about that on here, and we've made light of the situation.
How do you fix it?
You get called to someone, you pull up at their house, and there's 10 cars in the driveway, 20 people there able to drive. They walk out with their suitcase and meet you at the ambulance and say, stop by the store and let me get a Coca-Cola before we make it to the hospital. Out of the calls, do you see a lot of those that are completely 100% unnecessary, that's taking a medic team and a truck basically out of service for someone who may need that true service? Every day.
And look, this isn't nothing new. Somebody shared a video with me of Los Angeles back in 1982. Now, the ambulance industry got organized in 1976 when it first really got going. So in 82, you were talking, or 75, 76. So 6 to 7 years they were into this. And they were talking about the same thing in 1982 we're talking about right now. The number of people dialing 911 that do not need to go by ambulance. But they think if they go by ambulance, they're going to be seen quicker. Some places that might be the case. Here in Meridian, the ERs are working really good about triaging these patients when we bring them in, and they make a determination about where the patient goes. Unfortunately, With that being said, both of these hospitals, they need staff as well as everybody else. I mean, they're not prone to the staffing shortage. They may have beds that they can open, but they don't have the staff for them. And that's nothing really against the two hospitals. They just got to find people that want to come to Meridian and work. And that's from the nursing staff all the way up to your doctors. I mean, it's the same. They're fighting the same problem everybody else is. And
now, Kevin brought up something I wanted to bring out. He mentioned that yesterday morning was busy and they had a fire call. A family lost everything they had yesterday morning. And let me bring this up. We shared this yesterday. They have 4 kids, mom and dad.
Yeah.
And they had I think, maybe some trouble with a breaker and the house caught on fire. Fortunately, they were not at home. They had until they had somebody come to look at it. But we've got clothes sizes listed here. If you would like to help out, we've got the contact name that you can get in touch with. Send her a message if you got clothes, or you can help out with a Cash App or any way that you want to help with this family. But you think about that.
That's
being
bad.
in that place, 4 children, losing everything you got.
If you've never been through that, I can speak on that, because back in high school, we were on vacation and got a phone call that our house was actively burning down.
And that's not good.
And when we got back, there was a half a wall on one side and about a quarter of a wall on the back of it that was standing. Everything was gone. Now, we were fortunate. Apparently, they wasn't home. They didn't get out but whatever clothes they had on their back. At least we had a few clothes with us because we'd been on vacation.
Right.
But, the material items can be replaced. It's some of that stuff that, nowadays, most folks had everything, their pictures and stuff. But back then, I mean, mom and dad,
on the wall.
It was bad. As kids, we didn't fully understand the thing to it. Hey, we get to go stay in another house. This is cool. But as it drug on, we started understanding, that was actually bad. So, if you've never been through it, I encourage you, reach out, whatever. You don't think $1 will help, but trust me,
it does.
Enough dollars add up, it'll help that family out, and they are going to need a lot of help.
All right, we'll be right back.
Welcome to Parker's Wholesale, located on I-59 South at Exit 80. Easy to find. Huge building. They're loaded up with toys, all your seasonal items. It's clean, it's neat, it's easy to shop. They got gloves, they got bolts of material for the people that want to redo stuff. They got plumbing, electrical, hunting items, fishing items, everything for all your needs. Go by and see them, Parker's Wholesale.
At Pettit Jewelers in Philadelphia, Mississippi, trust Nicole with your priceless heirloom jewelry. With generations of refined expertise, she ensures your cherished pieces are meticulously cared for. Pettit Jewelers, Philadelphia.
Our local headlines are brought to you by the Rock House Gun and Pawn.
At the Back Porch, we're bringing families back together for fun, food, and all the things you love to enjoy around your home. Every event starts with a great grill, great cookware, and accessories. Add in some locally sourced meat and dairy, along with frozen vegetables and casseroles, and over 500 brands of spices and sauces. Relax in our chairs, swings, day beds, and have fun with our cornhole boards. From coolers to trailers, we have everything you need. When you see the big chair, you've made it to the Back Porch.
But Hog Eye community having some issues with water this morning.
And anything dealing with the water system ain't cheap. It's expensive to keep one of those up.
And so we got this. Well, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Well, I kept getting this question a couple of times, and
what'd you get?
It was y'all worked together, but in years past, you had the director of Metro and the coroner was the same person.
Yes.
2 different jobs. Now, you are director of Metro. Stella is coroner. Y'all are 2 separate jobs, 2 separate everythings. Y'all work together, but neither one of y'all, you don't have anything over the coroner. Coroner doesn't have anything over y'all.
Oh, no.
So
she's an elected official.
2 completely separate jobs. But
2
that question
completely separate
up.
jobs there. And Clayton, it was just fortunate the way it was set up. He was director of Metro, and he also won the coroner. So it did look a lot like it was the same thing, but it's not. The director of Metro, which is what I am a Metro employee, and she is a elected official. She was elected to that job for 4 years, and she'll run again and probably get reelected then too. So
we were talking about fees and some other stuff. So we had that accident yesterday. No one was hurt. No one went to the hospital. Is there, if your ambulance or Metro's ambulance is sent to a scene, and no one requires a ride to the hospital, is there a fee to that? or if a ambulance is called to a residence and no one is driven to the hospital, is there a fee for that?
We do have a fee for it's a service fee there for a call fee, if you will. If we go out to calls like that, yes, we can charge for that. In the past, it's kind of been a hit and miss thing, but we have had a number of people who actually abuse the system, and we would get numerous calls a day, a week, a month going to the same houses for the same problem, and they're tying resources up that, as Scotty said earlier, can be used elsewhere on the same thing and not go. So yes, we enacted what we call a dispatch fee, if you will, and that is applied to everything there. I mean, we have to be straight across the board. I can't charge you something I don't charge Scotty
Right.
So it's across the board like that, and each one of those are done when the crews get out there on the scene. So it's something happens everywhere. I ain't gonna sit here and try to justify it, defend it, or whatever. It was a decision we made, and we're doing it, and that all helps to keep us self-supported, where we don't ever have to go ask for a subsidy. So.
I hate insurance, and everybody knows I hate having to pay for insurance, but doing what I do and seeing what I see, one insurance that I have no problem paying, and that's helicopter insurance.
I got it.
Best thing in the world for the cost. Oh, it's something else. Going on that type of insurance, is there something that Metro has, a program that Metro has that says, hey, we'll set up, as long as you're not just a frequent flyer that abuses the system, is there something that y'all offer that's similar to what helicopters offer as far as insurance coverage?
Metro had that in the past, and it hadn't been anything that had been pushed for several years. And it's funny you say that. I was actually looking through some paperwork Monday and come up on that information and went, why did they quit doing this? And it's something I would like to get back into, because it's just like the helicopter insurance. One, it has to be medically necessary. You just can't call us and go, hey, I got a membership. I want you to come pick me up, take me to the doctor's appointment.
Could you come put a Band-Aid on this?
So it has to be a medically necessary trip. And what that is all the money goes into a pool, and you pull from that pool when somebody uses it to pay for the cost that they would have incurred on that, which would be their out-of-pocket or whatever their particular thing might be with their insurance, however how they have it structured. And it keeps the patient, in times of need, when they need to go to the hospital, from incurring a bill any further. And the helicopter companies have done a great job at marketing. They market that heavily, and they do a real good job of it. Metro had it in the past. Like I said, I found the paperwork on it. I don't know when they actually quit doing it, but it is definitely something I would like to look back at, because with the cost of everything going up, it's just going to help them. And it usually covers everybody in the household in regards to mother, father, children. Not all your aunts and uncles that might be living with you. You'd have to look.
Yeah, your brothers,
different.
sisters, cousins, next door neighbor who spent the night over.
But it does give you a little peace of mind if you do have to call the ambulance. But again, the key word to all those it has to be a medically necessary trip. It's not just, hey, I got this, y'all come pick me up because I have this. So there are some rules and some guidelines they have to go by, but they're not that hard to follow.
Good deal.
Answer that there.
The other one that's come up is, how many ambulances do you operate? How many employees do you have? And we've seen a couple of other Metro stations popping up. Can you talk about some of the stations that you have, not just your main building?
So yeah, we have one on 20th Street Extension. It's old Fire Station 6. We got into that last year. And the whole idea of putting those out there is it lessens the response time to that area of the city, county, out that way. We have been looking for other places, but finding another place that's suitable for an ambulance crew to sit at is kind of tough.
And that's determined by call volume.
It is. It's determined by call volume. We have a fleet of 15 ambulances. We are maintaining those. We brought in 8 new ones in the last 18, 24 months. Our goal is to keep buying at least 2 a year until we get that entire fleet back to where it is a modernized fleet, and everything under 100,000, 200,000 miles. Because look, they go through a lot of abuse. They run those things hard, And the older ambulances will actually show, they show their age after a while, and we're trying to keep them where they're in good fleet. We've increased the equipment they use, from the stretchers, the cardiac monitors. One I think most of the crews like now, the ARMs, the automatic chest compression machines they have now when somebody's in cardiac arrest. We've seen great outcomes on those. We've increased the pay down there. Increased the pay quite a bit. We're very, very competitive with our pay, and actually I think we're higher than any other county here around us right now. So with that being said, that great opportunity, with new equipment, the new pay rate, around 100 employees right now. That's part-time and full-time. We added a fourth shift instead of decreasing our shifts. We went from A, B, C shift, and we added a D shift. That way, we've just about got that shift fully staffed. I won't say about 4 or 5 people short on it, but we just added that in the last month and a half. So as we get that full, we will be riding pretty full on all of our stuff. And the only time we'll have a lot of extra coming in is all the standbys, as far as the ball games, parades, or races, or stuff like that. So we're super stoked about that, and all the new employees coming on board.
That's awesome. And y'all do ball games, y'all do races at it. Why not? You're at standby at a lot of these different events. It takes extra people,
Takes a lot of people.
extra vehicles. How much does an ambulance cost?
You can get one for about $115,000 if you don't get too picky with it, but you can spend as much money as you want to on one, depending on how fancy and how big you want to go.
And because it's special, they yank the warranty right out from under you.
You get basically a 3636, and you're lucky if they honor that. So, yeah.
We'll be right back.
Welcome to Parker's Wholesale, located on I-59 South at Exit 80. Easy to find. Huge building. They're loaded up with toys, all your seasonal items. It's clean, it's neat, it's easy to shop. They got gloves, they got bolts of material for the people that want to redo stuff. They got plumbing, electrical, hunting items, fishing items, everything for all your needs. Go by and see them. Parker's Wholesale.
At Pettit Jewelers in Philadelphia, Mississippi, trust Nicole with your priceless heirloom jewelry. With generations of refined expertise, she ensures your cherished pieces are meticulously cared for. Pettit Jewelers, Philadelphia.
Our local headlines are brought to you by the Rock House Gun and Pawn.
At the Back Porch, we're bringing families back together for fun, food, and all the things you love to enjoy around your home. Every event starts with a great grill, great cookware, and accessories. Add in some locally sourced meat and dairy, along with frozen vegetables and casseroles, and over 500 brands of spices and sauces. Relax in our chairs, swings, daybeds, and have fun with our cornhole boards. From coolers to trailers, we have everything you need. When you see the big chair, you've made it to the Back Porch.
Welcome back. Your friend Scotty Ray along with Odie. Lots been going on in Clark County. Whoa, some awards. Chamber has stepped up. Let's take a look at this, Odie, as we pull this up. Clark County Business of the Year, M&M Floors and Hunt Design. Congratulations there. Clark County Service Award was given to Sheriff Anthony Chancellor for the Clark County Sheriff's Department.
He got a reward.
He did. And Chamber of Commerce Directors Award went to Lanita. And let's see, the Clark County Citizen of the Year is Big Bad Don. Don walks away with that.
Out there, look at there.
We'll look at some pictures here.
Congratulations to all them.
And there's Anthony there.
Him and Big Don.
Big Don's
together.
on it.
Yeah, boy. He's a police chief over there, as well as part of the Clark County Sheriff's Department.
Yeah, that'd be big town enterprise there. So congratulations to them.
I've seen on here a bunch of time helicopter insurance. It is cheap. There's 2 different companies right now that do this, and that is Air Care and PHI. If you'll just go on Dr. Google there and type in Air Care, and it'll bring up a phone number to get you to, or PHI, and that will get you to their website or whatever. But go ahead and get. I pay. I think it's $70 a year.
thought mine was
something
cheaper
like
than that.
$60 a year, something like that.
We bought the 10-year policy.
And you probably got a little bit of a deal.
Yeah, I don't remember what it cost.
And,
Angie handled all that.
And it's everybody in the household.
Yeah.
Now, if we have a storm out there, ain't no helicopter taking it. Okay. You're not guaranteed that you're going to get a ride on that helicopter if you need it. It is not guaranteed. But if
how big old boy are you?
Yeah.
You gonna be there all day?
I mean, hey, $60 a year for each one of these companies. I believe they're pretty close to the same price. It's well worth it. That's per year, not per month. Per year for everyone in your household. So check in on that. Give them a call. We are blessed to have 2 helicopters available in our area.
Oh, yes.
Oh, man. There's some places that don't even have one.
And they fly a lot. You'll see them coming in and out of Meridian. Yeah. Kevin, we want to say thank you for coming in this morning and spending some time with us.
Thank you for having me.
There it is. We got any birthdays there, Otis?
Yeah, we got some. We've got Billy Caldwell, Ginger Sirkin, Alan Wyman out there with Lauderdale County Sheriff's Department, Christy Moffitt, Heather Harper, Mason Thomas. He's the possum police. And Brian Chisholm's turning 83 years young today, or a trap patrol, whichever one. Amazing happy birthday, brother.
Has Anthony got a man bun? I'll ask him later.
You know, I was going. So you said that
one?
It did look like it on that picture. No, Anthony does not have a man.
Let me go back and see if I can find my picture.
But the way he is, and Bob, man, I'm starting to think like you. Going by that picture, it did look like the way he was standing, he's got a man bun. But no, he doesn't. That's part of the letters that's there behind him.
Oh, that right there.
No, over the top. It did, because I had the second guess, but I know Anthony, and I know Anthony's not going to do that.
You wait till I see Anthony today.
But he does look like he's sporting a man
sheriff
bun.
in Clark County has ever had a man bun.
Save that picture, because we never need to get that out of here, because we could probably use that one day.
He's going to fit right in over at Skidmore's today.
It's the man bun. Oh man, but he does look like he's got one on there.
Hey, what y'all know about the garbage? Somebody at the
It's a day behind.
Schedule. Okay.
Yeah, but I think they're still a day behind from the state.
Yeah, and they'll work through Saturday.
So they'll work through Saturday to get caught up.
I mean, that's important right there now.
Oh yeah,
yeah. So if your regular time was today, it'll be tomorrow because they're picking up today. Yesterday's today.
Yeah.
So this whole week got a day behind.
We're sending Odie down to Clark County to see if he can spot a man bun.
Yeah.
Let us know how that turns.
We'll let y'all know how that turns out. I'm gonna go out on a limb and say pretty good. I've got a special anniversary that goes out today. It really doesn't seem that big.
Okay. Why isn't it big?
Because Rex and Charlene celebrating two. They've been married 2 years, been together 30.
But it took. You're so glad because she's now not your responsibility; it's his.
That's right. It took him 24 years to just say okay. Poor Rex.
Well, I mean, I'd have had to think about that too. I ain't gonna lie. I mean, that was a big step with her.
I'd still be thinking about it.
You ought to be ashamed of yourself.
I'm praying for you, Rex. Every Sunday we pray for you.
Well, so
but happy second anniversary to my old sister and my brother-in-law.
2 years.
Yeah, 2 whole years.
Well, look, that's a milestone.
Man,
that's a milestone there.
Can she write her new last name yet, or is she still writing?
Knowing her, she's probably been practicing that for about
30 years.
29 years anyway.
How you still in high school?
Yeah. Do you hyphenate that?
Wow. Well.
Oh man.
I hope she fixes something great for anniversary.
No, he don't want nothing.
She can't cook.
No.
I've never had any of her cooking. I don't know.
That's a good thing.
Oh, is it?
There's a reason you hadn't.
Okay. Didn't know all that. Your daddy had all the cooking.
I took over the cooking in the family.
I got you.
Yeah. She just sat back there and
ate.
You told you how to do it, right?
Say it. Yeah.
You told you how to do it.
She was a taster.
Well, somebody's got to have that.
Somebody got to be that, you know.
Yeah, it's the county that is a little off there. City ran.
Yeah.
Can't say he didn't know what he was getting into, she said.
Yeah, but it still confuses him a little.
You got a Bible verse for us as we head out?
Oh, we do need to change that subject, don't we? It's Philippians 4, verse 6. Do not be anxious about anything, but in every situation, by prayer and petition, with thanksgiving, present your request to God. You know, before we jump into any undertaking, we always should go to God about it and pray about it and let Him guide us. Hardest thing to do is trying to do it on our own, and we know we can't. We've got to have God with us. Talk to Him about it. He'll answer it. Might not be what we want to hear, but He'll always let us know. And all we've got to do is ask Him. Knock, and it will be answered, and our Lord will provide. Y'all have a wonderful day. Hump Day is today. Tomorrow is Thursday, which we also call Friday Eve. Remember, we love you. Have a safe, wonderful day.